Hey folks, welcome back to this second episode of Java and AI, where we explore what's possible with Java development and integrating it with AI models. We were using Quarkus and LangChain for J, and we're gonna kind of build on top of what we did in the first episode, which was prompting, right? So we just went and asked the LLM to return a poem based on a given topic and how many lines we wanted. In this episode, we're going to go a little bit further with prompting and see how we can actually retrieve the results from an LLM and unmarshal that into a Java object. All right, so let's change our scenario a little bit to something different. So instead of we're saying you are a professional poet, we'll say you are a movie expert. And then in the user message, we're going to ask it to return a random movie star name and a movie they're known for. And so we don't want that to return as a string. We want to have that returned as an object. So we can create, for example, a record with those details. So movie star.java, let's say. And then let's create a record with string first name, string last name, well, maybe the age as well, and then a string of the movie. Let's now change our AI service to return this object. So object of type movie star. And then we don't need the topic and lines from before anymore. We just wanted to return something random. And then finally, we probably want to change the method name to something like get movie star, which should get, well, some information about the movie star. And then we have, of course, our REST endpoint that was returning write a poem. We don't need that anymore. We want a different method. So in this case, what we're going to do is we're going to first call the AI service, get movie star, and then assign that to a variable movie star, and then log it. So log.info movie star, so we can see what's in the object, and then return my AI service. Nope, we're going to return movie star dot first name last name is a great actor. I don't know why my code assistant is wanting to write that, but anyway, so let's see if this works. So let's go ahead and start a new terminal, start up our application again. So we can do that with Quarkus dev. I could also just start it up here. I'm just going to use the Quarkus CLI because I like it. And then we can see that it starts up, and then let's go to the browser, hit refresh here. We can see Leonardo DiCaprio is a great actor. Okay, well, that's good for him, I guess. And then we can see here in our log that sure enough, we have movie star, first name Leonardo, last name DiCaprio. So we can see movie star, and then first name, last name, age 48, movie Titanic, right? And this is what's pretty interesting, because if you remember here, we asked return the name of a famous movie star and the movie they are best known for. And then we had it unmarshaled to the object movie star. And here we see movie star, first name, last name, age, and movie. And we can see here that it correctly filled out the information from the LLM into an object. So this is pretty interesting. Let's see if we can find out why it's doing that and how, and more importantly, how it's doing that. So what we can do is we can, of course, add some logs to our application to see what went on. So the Quarkus LangChain for J library also has some logging, so we can log the requests. And then let's see what happens when we send another request. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to the browser, hit refresh, and then we can see that it responds again with, wow, it really likes Leonardo DiCaprio. I think it's actually cached. But look at this here. So now we have the logs here, And we can see that there was a request method post to OpenAI chat completion. So we know exactly what endpoint was called. We can see the headers, and we can also see what actual model was being used because we didn't specify which model to use. So it kind of used this one by default. We can see that the context here was you are a movie expert. And then we can see what we sent, right? So if we go to the My AI service, you can see this was our user message. Return the name of a famous movie star. And we can see that here, the same, except we can see that there's actually something additional added. You must answer strictly in the following JSON format: first name, last name, age, movie. So this was appended to our user message because we specified that we wanted to return in a specific format. And so this is kind of the added value, I guess, of using Quarkus LangChain for J. It does this kind of behind the scenes for us, but we can sure enough see it in our logs. We can also see the temperature and some more values that we will dive into in the next session to learn more about. But hey, this is pretty interesting stuff. Again, we are just starting out. We're just prompting the model, but we are already learning how we can prompt. In the first episode, we saw how we can add parameters. In this episode, we can see how we can unmarshal AI messages into our objects that we can then use for a lot more scenarios and use cases. We can go even further with that with the use of tools where we can actually have the LLM call business logic in our local machine or on our application as well, but we'll see that in the next episode. So for now, thank you for joining, and I'll see you in the next episode. And don't forget to subscribe and like, of course. All right, bye.